Yes, I do. Boom, boom, boom. There's a demonstrative outline example on there. So I really think that in order for you to understand this, because I mean, look what I'm doing. I mean, I can't do a shared screen like if this was Zoom. So I really think. Now, unfortunately, if you're on the phone and you're watching me do this, and you can't really open up different windows and print out stuff, that's cool. But sooner or later, you are going to have to look at that, and then you'll really get it together because it's very simple. It's very simple. So let's talk about that. So we're going to write an outline, and I'm going to teach you this for your next speech, which will be your demonstrative speech, which we're going to talk about. You're going to demonstrate to us either how to make something, how to cook something, sorry, or how to make something. How to cook something or how to make something. And don't worry if you don't know how to cook something. That's not what this is about. You'll find out. You won't actually cook anything. So let's talk about this. So you have your demonstrative speech, and you're going to need an outline. So I'm going to teach you how to do that outline today in under 1 hour, I hope, as long as it takes. And that outline, the format I'm going to teach you, not only will be good for your next two other speeches, but this is the same outline I use, the same format that I still use to this day. At Baruch, I just got done with a master's degree, another one over there, and this master's degree is in corporate communication. So here were some students at Baruch who have been educated in business a lot more than me. I'm not a business student. So every one of the courses, I think I took 15 classes. Every one of them, usually the final was, not usually, the final was a presentation. So people would, this is the way they would start it. They would say, like, hi, my name is Mark Janis, and today I'm going to talk to you about the crisis that Aetna Insurance Company had in 1994 and how they got around it. So, in 19, okay, when I would do my speech, students, my fellow students, they looked forward to it because it was entertaining. And it all started with my attention getter. While other students started like they did, I would, I'm trying to think, for one instance, I was going to, because it was crisis management, so I was going to protect the Catholic Church from all the accusations of sexual misconduct. So I started off with a picture like on a big screen, and I was on the side by the podium, and it was a candle flickering, and I had church music, ah, like the monks, and I went, what started out as such a beautiful thing to love one another, to help our fellow human being, how could something so beautiful turn so ugly? Good evening. My name is Mark Janis, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the crisis in the Catholic Church. The reason I'm able to talk about this was I've really investigated the situation. I've also been educated in crisis communication, and I think there is a way to lessen the damage. Today, I'm first going to talk to you about the need for reaching out to the victims. Next, I'm going to talk about how we can protect against future lawsuits. And then finally, I'm going to talk about how the church could restore its faith back into the people. Guys, I can do that all day. Uh, I don't know. I haven't been in my office in a while. I'm going to dig around and I'm going to pull out anything. Oh, okay. I was going to say my first aid kit because I'm always ready for an emergency, but actually a flash drive. Okay, a flash drive. So and this is the way I begin speeches. In other words, never should you go up and go, "Hi, my name is Mark." Yeah, they know what your name is. I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, they know it's behind you. You probably got it up on a PowerPoint. I go up there and I would say something like, I was going to get real heavy. This is the hard part. This is the creative part, but we'll talk about it. I might start off by saying, when I first came to New York, one of the funny things were that people would have storerooms, places, because the apartments were so small for people moving from other states, they weren't used to it, that they would bring too much stuff, uh, and they would find out that their apartment wasn't big enough for that. So they would have to buy a storage unit and put all their stuff in there. And let's say that I wanted to cook and I need that special frying pan, I might have to like walk 6 blocks to go to my storage unit to open it up. Well, we still face that problem, but this is the future. So we're not talking about a bunch of frying pans that you have to put away. No, we're talking about something probably more important. That's where you store your information. Good evening. My name is Mark Janis, and today I'm going to talk about storing information off a USB drive. The reason I can talk about this is I kind of grew up watching the USB and storage for computers go all the way from huge boxes to now these small little drives. In talking about, I'm going to talk about the first USB storage, which took up literally one block, one city block. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the USB storages that we're used to now. And finally, I'm going to tell you about what a USB storage port could do beside just store information. So let's begin. Guys, I don't know anything about a USB port. I'll research that later, but I can write my introduction. Boom. Did you guys notice there was something I was doing? Look at your demonstrative outline. I think it's about making fudge brownies or something. Have you ever wanted a Halloween treat? Today I'll be talking about how to make Halloween brownies. The reason I can talk about this is because I've made them many times. First, I'm going to tell you about the ingredients, next the steps, and finally some variations. That's all you guys have to do right there. So let's talk about this. All right, it's easy, but there is a formula you have to know. All right, in your introduction, you have 4 things you have to do. Now, this is where you have to come in handy. You've got to look and download that outline so you can see how the outline looks. It's made up of 3 big units: your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. Right now, we're going to talk just about your introduction. Okay? So, your introduction, start off like that. Your introduction. You have 4 Roman numerals. 4 Roman numerals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why you use New Times Roman on your for your font, or Times New Roman for your font. Because if you don't use it, when you make a capital I on a lot of things, you get that, a capital I. So for Roman numerals, you're going to make a capital I, but as long as your font is in New Times Roman. And obviously, well, not obviously, this is why I show it. Some students don't know it. For 2, you just make 2 capital I's, no spaces. 3 capital I's. And for the Roman numeral 4, you make an I and a V. All right. For each one of these, how do you like my high tech teaching, huh? I'll probably get a grant for this. Listen, it's this easy, man. Why use things just because they're there? This easy. You have 4 things you have to do in your introduction. Not 3, not 2, always 4. We're going to talk about what you have to do for each one. And when we're done, that's it. Now, what's good is these 3 come automatically. All your speeches, these 3 will be the same. This is your only tough one. That's your attention getter. So let's talk about these. The first one is your attention getter. By the way, you won't write these things in the space. You'll actually write the words of your attention getter. Your first one is your attention getter. We're going to talk about that later. Your second one is where you put in what your topic is about. Your next one is where you are going to show your credibility. Show your credibility. We're going to talk about it all. And your last one is going to be you are going to reveal what your three main points are. MP, main points. Okay? So, quite easy, guys. Uh, four things you have to do: attention getter, topic, credibility, three main points. How does this work? Let's just take number two. For number two, we want to reveal what our topic is. This is where we say good morning, good evening. My name is Mark Janis. Today I will be talking about. Bear with me. You should be writing this as I write it, and then we're in sync. Copacetic. Today, simpatico, not the other thing I just said. Today I will be speaking about. Today I will be speaking about whatever. Today I'll be speaking about keyboards. Today I'll be speaking about air filters. Today I'll be speaking about eyeglasses. Could you put in other words? Yeah. Could you say good morning? Today I will be showing you how to make a cake. Yeah. Today I will be informing you of what it is to be a follower of the Hindu faith. Yes, be my guest. But it better have in there, today I will be talking about poop. I don't want to see, um, my name is Mark Janis, and today I'm going to talk about, there's this thing going on. I'm watching this TV yesterday, and it's I don't know, it's about like climate change and global warming, and it's funny because it showed a penguin on an iceberg, and I was drinking a drink that had ice in it. It was funny because the penguin's ice was melting, and I felt bad for the penguin, but my ice was melting, and I didn't want it. But it was funny because every time the penguin moved, I would clink my glass of ice, and it sounded like the penguin was moving. So that's pretty cool. Um, what was the topic? Penguins drinking at home. What? Probably no. Today I will be speaking about climate change. That's it. Today I will be showing you how to make a cake. Today I will be showing you how to make a souffle. Today I will be showing you how to make a birdhouse. Today I will be showing you how to make a wallet out of duct tape. That's it. By the way, I put one up there so you don't get confused. That's the attention getter. We'll get to that. All right. Number three is your credibility. I like doing this in real time. You probably hate it. All right. What is credibility? Why did you guys take me as a teacher? Some of you just took whatever class. Others of you investigated a little bit. You saw if I had credibility to be a good teacher. The credibility to teach on this level, it's a couple degrees and all, but they don't really, once you're in, I'm not sure if they really follow up what a good teacher is or not. But you might have went on sites that talk about if a professor is good or not. You might have talked to other students. That gave me credibility. Um, in other words, the, uh, the custodians here, they might know more about communication than me, but it seems like I have the credibility because the college hired me. They gave me a classroom. They gave me a Zoom. I'm on Blackboard. What makes me able to teach you guys? Why should you believe me? So later on, we'll talk credibility about if your resources are credible. But right now, number three is about establishing your credibility. I loved in high school, not so much in college, but in high school, I taught speech for them the same way. And one young lady would come up and she would say, um, today I'm going to talk to you about how to be a fashionista. As soon as she said that, I would have half the girls in the room go. In other words, why should we believe her? Why does she know more about fashion than I do? You better establish your credibility if you want people to listen to you comprehensively, not critically. Um, Otherwise, the whole time they'll be just sitting there. Um, you want to shut them up right away. If I were to have to shut somebody up, if they say, well, you don't know what you're talking about, I might cite off my experiences. I might cite off the research I've done on the subject, possibly my degrees. So, what we want to do is we want to say these words for number three. The reason why I can speak about this is, and then when we want to give them a reason, the reason I can speak about this is. There's only two reasons. One, you have experience, or two, you've researched. Today, I will be talking about how to make tables. The reason I can speak about this is because when I was a kid, my father showed me how to make a table. And when he was a kid, his father showed him how to make a table. And my family's been making tables for the last 80 years. Well, la di da. No, there you go. Okay, I'm going to listen to you. You know, I made a table once, but now it seems like you know more than me. Some things we don't know. So, what's our credibility? We've researched it. Today, I will be talking about three types of cancers that affect mainly women. The reason I can talk about this is because I've done a lot of research on this. I've spent weeks researching the subject, and I know a lot about it. Ooh. So, guys, you're halfway through your introduction. Today, I will be talking about the reason I can is because of this. That easy. Today, I'm talking about this, the reason I can. Now, not only will that be on your outline, this is your speech, man. Today, I'll be talking about how to use Zoom. The reason I can talk about this is because I never really used it before, but as a teacher, I had to learn very quickly, and now I know a lot about it. That easy. All right, your um, your last one um, are your three main points. Now, each one of your speeches are going to have three main points. In other words, hang on a sec. By the way, if this was class, I would be doing this up on the board. I like doing it in real time because it shows that I'm putting in the work. Okay, every one of our speeches are going to have three main points. If you talk about uh, your informative speech, to inform us about a drummer, Carmen, to inform us about a drummer, Carmen, I forgot his last name, Carmen Apis. So I got his picture right in front of me. Carmen Apis. So you've got to pick three things in your speech that you want to talk about. I'm going to talk about his growing up. I'm going to talk about the bands he played with. I'm going to talk about his personal life. Boom, fine. Everything. Today I'm going to persuade you to vote. You're going to give us three reasons to vote. Everything will have three main points. For your next speech, your demonstrative speech, which will be 3 to 5 minutes long, 3 to 5 minutes long, a demonstrative speech. This is your next speech where you demonstrate to us how to do something. Your three main points are already picked out for you. This is why I'm starting you guys. I got a way of doing it. Later on, you'll pick your. But if you show me how to cook something first, you got to tell me what ingredients I need. Next, you got to tell me the steps. And then finally, you're going to give me some variations. And we'll talk about all this. So, your three main points are going to be very simple. But for this one, but for all your speeches, once again, we say for number four, I will first talk about whatever your main point one is. Next, whatever your main point 2 is, and finally, whatever your main point 3 is. So that's it. Today I will be talking about how to make brownies. The reason I can is because when I was a little kid, my mom made them, and I've made them hundreds of times. I will first talk about the ingredients, next the steps, and finally the variations. Guys, that's your introduction, man. All but the attention getter. And I'll get to that. So that's it. Piece of cake. By the way, yeah, that looks like garbage, but go look at my supplementary material. I've got a good outline on there for you. All right, let's talk about this conclusion. The conclusion's even easier, guys. The conclusion only has 3 things you have to do. 1, 2, 3. That's it. The first one I'm going to do for you. You say the words in conclusion. Huh. Can you say in closing? I always have that one student who never wants to say in conclusion. To sum it all up, I had one who spoke Latin. I don't know. To partake of upside, I was like, what? He's like, that's in conclusion in Latin. I'm like, all right, I'll show you. Um, I forgot what he made too. Anyways, but that's yeah, we say in conclusion. Okay. The second thing you have to do in your conclusion is you repeat what your 3 main points were. That's it. You just repeat what your 3 main points were. Remember here where you did it on the bottom? You just do it in past tense. So, in conclusion, today I've talked to you about the ingredients, about the steps, and finally about the variations needed to make brownies. That's it. That's it. Only 2 things. Pretty easy stuff, guys. All right, now I left 2 things out. This last one for the conclusion is called your punch ending. Please don't call it a punchline. It's a punch ending. Yeah. Um, your punch ending, we'll talk about. In fact, we're going to talk about this right now. You have an attention getter and you have a punch ending. Those are the things that you haven't learned. Today I'll be talking about how to make brownies. The reason I can talk about this is I've done research. I'm going to talk about the ingredients, the steps, and the variations. Then you do your body. We'll do that. In conclusion, today I talked about the ingredients, steps, and the variations in making brownies. And then you'll do your punch ending. So let's talk about these. Why do I save them for last? Because this is a template. The template. Easy. You got it. The attention getter and punch ending, it's a little trickier. Remember, you don't start till here. So you want your attention getter to have a little mystery, perhaps. Here we go. You know, yesterday I went to buy a slice of pizza, and I've been away for a while, and I had $3 in my pocket, which is good enough to buy a slice of pizza. But I guess not, because I walked into one place and I put down my $3 and said, "Plain slice, please." And he made my plain slice, and when he gave it to me, he said, "That's $4, no, $3.75." And I said, "I don't have $3.75." And he said, "You go hungry," and I guess I did go hungry. So $3.75 for a slice of pizza. I swore right there that that would never happen again. That's my attention getter. Watch this. Today, I will be talking about how to make your own pizza at home. The reason I can talk about this is because I've cooked pizza at home millions of times. I'm real good at it. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the ingredients you need. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the steps. And finally, the variations. So let's begin. That's it. I don't know. You want to do a quick attention getter? All I need is something like, do you like do you like to cook at home but you don't know what to make? I've got the great thing for you. Today I'll be talking about how to make pizza crust. Oh, okay, I'll take it. I just don't want anybody starting off their speech by going, "Good morning. Today I'm going to talk to you how to make pizza crust. No, you didn't give me any attention getter. Um, I mean, a paperclip. When people think about inventions, they think about the big one, man. They think about the wheel. They think about computers. They think about the printing press. But in a world of papers such as mine, where I'm constantly dealing with papers, there's an invention that I need a lot more than those last three. I need something that is much more important. Today, I'll be talking about the paperclip. Okay, did you see what I did there? That's why I don't rehearse any of this, as you could tell, because I almost made a mistake. I almost said, but there's an invention even more that's called the paperclip. No, I ended it. You see how cool that was? But there is one invention that is more important to me than all. That's it. I am done with that, and now I'm moving into that. An invention that is more important to me than any. Good morning. Today I will be talking about the paperclip. Isn't that cool how that goes? This is why when I walk off, people go, "Oh my God, that was good. How were you able to do that?" And I don't say, "Well, I'm a speech teacher." I say, "Because I learned that in Speech 100 at BMCC." Go Panthers. Okay, your punch ending. You want something called full circle. Full circle is pretty cool, man. Full circle has to do with something that you start with and you tell the whole story, and at the end, you end up the same way. It's done in a lot of art. It's done in classical music. It's done in screenplays. They say it's done in paintings. I don't see it. I don't see it. Wish I could see it, but I don't. But I do know even when I wrote it, was one of my favorites because I like film noir, and most of my writings of screenplays have been film noir. It would start with some guy who lived next door to the Port Authority, broke. This guy, we open up the scene with him in a very small apartment with two chairs, a table, and a refrigerator and a bed. That's it. Uh, he goes to Port Authority one day. He buys a lottery ticket. He wins for $2 million. He takes that $2 million and he goes to Vegas to hope to triple his money. He starts losing a lot of money and he starts drinking a lot. He's also doing a lot of drugs at the same time. He loses all his money gambling and spending it, and people taking advantage of him. And at the end, he's got $78 left, which he buys a ticket back to the Port Authority, where we find him back in his apartment with two chairs, a table, a refrigerator, and one bed. Now you know why I didn't sell many screenplays. They would write me letters going, "Oh my God, this is so sad." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the point." Full circle starts. I do a lot of letters like that. Uh, it's you say something at the begin. I don't know, and then well, I do know. You write something and then you go full circle. I'm not here to teach you English or screenwriting, how we do it in that. I'm here to teach you the speech 100, which is a lot easier. Full circle. Let's do this, and I'll speed it up. Ready? Okay. So I went to a pizza place, put $3 down on the counter. They give me a slice. They said that'll be $4. I swore right there I would never, ever, ever have to pay that much money for pizza again. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk to you how about make pizza. The reason I can talk about this is because I've been making pizza for years. I'm going to talk about the ingredients, next about the steps, and finally some variations. Then I'm going to do the speech. In conclusion, today I talk to you about the ingredients, the steps, and the variations that are needed to make your own pizza. So don't ever stand there with $3 in your pocket and be humiliated because you can't afford a slice of pizza. Just go make your own. Oh, that's it. Are you? I'll do a short one to show you it doesn't have to be big. Are you wondering what to wear for Halloween? Well, I've got the answer. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk to you how to make a scar on your face. The reason I can talk about this is because I studied makeup artists. I'm first going to talk to you about the material you're going to need. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the steps taken to do that. And finally, I'll show you some variations you can do. In conclusion, today I talked to you about the things you needed, the materials to make your scar. Next, I told you about the actual steps in making it. And finally, I showed you some variations. So now you don't have to wonder and stress about what you want to make yourself for Halloween. Now you know, make yourself Scarface. Good night, New Jersey. That's simple, guys. You learned it. That's it, man. Attention getter. Today I'm going to talk about this. The reason I can't is because of this. I'm going to talk about one, two, three. Then you do your body, pop, and then you hit your conclusion. In conclusion, today I talked about this. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. In conclusion, today I talked about this, 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 and then your punch ending. So remember, that's it, guys. That easy. Um, but like I said, for this to click, you can't just watch this video and go, okay, I'll remember it. And your quiz is actually going to be uh, actually doing well, your quiz, I'm going to give you 6 topics. And you're going to choose one of those topics. And you're going to write an introduction and you're going to write a conclusion. That's simple. So if I say to you, and you don't have to know anything about it. So if I say to you, I don't know, let's say Frank Robinson. I don't know who Frank Robinson is, okay? And I'm going to put stuff that you know what, don't worry about Frank Robinson. Let's say I'm going to, one of the topics will be to inform us about 3 female singers. So you will write an introduction and conclusion for 3 female singers to inform us about 3 female singers. Uh, all my life I've listened to music. Some have been Some have been decent singers, but there are some who are fantastic singers. And it just so happens these 3 are female. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 of the best female singers there are. The reason I can talk about this is because I've listened to them my whole life and I know all about them. Uh, First, I'm going to talk to you about, I don't know, Beyonce, next Lady Gigi or Gaga, and finally, I don't know, Miley Cyrus. Everything will be like that. Some might say how to make a kite, demonstrate how to make a kite. You got it. Attention, getter. Have you ever wondered what to do on a day where you have nothing to do? Are you bored in the house, bored in the house, bored in the house, I'm bored in the house? Well, no, you don't have to be bored in the house. Today I will be talking about how to build a kite. The reason I can talk about this is because I watched a few YouTube videos on it. I'm first going to talk about the materials you need. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the actual steps. And then finally, I'm going to talk to you about some variations of how you can paint your kite. So let's begin. Guys, I have to pause because my throat is going nuts. So I'll be right back. And I hope you're not bored in the house, bored. You guys didn't think I would know that.